to the siren sound. Wake up right now. Cause if I was to go to sleep, catch me dreaming of a way. Yes, people, welcome to another edition of IT.com's 3-Minute Rant. I know I'm a bit late, but you know, shit happens. Anyway, no, I'm a bit late because I wasn't really going to put my opinion in the situation, but because I've seen a lot of people debating, going backwards and forwards, some for it, some against it, and because I haven't really seen anyone put my point in, I thought I'd put my 2 pennies in, as you do. Let me just first of all start by saying I'm not knocking KSI or Logan whatsoever. It's great for what they've done. You have to give them respect from where they've come from to where they are. They've built their following, you know, they've built a huge following. They've generated themselves into the sport, and they've gone from 2 YouTubers to topping the bill at the Staples Center, which is a huge boxing venue, and they've had proper boxers on their undercard, you know, and in this day and age, it's all about following money. However, what I would say is social media is a young person's thing. You know, you're not going to get many, I don't know, between like 15 and 30-year-olds that haven't got multiple social media accounts. On the other side, you're not really going to get many, I don't know, between 30 and 45-year-olds with loads of different social media accounts. Social media is a very young person's thing. They grew up in social media. They live in social media, and it's their thing. So they're always going to have loads of followers. So I'm not really surprised people like Paul Logan and KSI has got loads of followings. Again, I'm not knocking them now because they have still done well. And it's not every young person who's got social media who's got loads of followings. But, you know, I'm not that surprised they've got loads of following. But at the same time, you know, they've done well to have the mass amount of followers they have. But again, however, I will say is you have to kind of be careful how they got their following, because the kind of content that they have, I don't know really much about Paul Logan, but I know a lot of his videos about insulting and, you know, stupid little prank things. On the other side, KSI, I know he's got loads of videos, but I know for a fact, one of his videos, he was watching porn with his mum, for God's sake. That's not a kind of thing I kind of would follow and, you know, laugh at or give respect to. Anyway, that's besides the point. But at the same time, in terms of the boxing side, I don't personally think they should integrate themselves into proper boxing. I personally think there should be a YouTube side boxing and a proper boxing side. I don't really see them, or think they should try and challenge proper boxers, because it's not the same thing to me. The level is totally different. You have boxers who dedicate themselves, who's trained for years, who's, you know, trying to be pugilists in the sport, and you have social media who just because they got social media following trying to insert themselves. I don't think it should work. I do think there's great what they've done for boxing and brought new people, but I do think they should have a side of boxing, a side of YouTube boxers, and a side of boxers. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at things like hip hop, back in the day you had great artists. You know, not everyone was doing it. Over the years, the bar had to start to get lowered. Everyone and their uncles doing it. Now you come out of mumble rap and all these other rappers, and now look at the standard of hip hop compared to how it used to be before. You know, even though nowadays you still got your great hip hop artists, but it's saturated by the average on below par hip hop artists, and that is how I personally think. If you have the YouTubers getting into boxing, that is how boxing is going to be. You're still going to have your great boxers, but it's going to be saturated so much by the YouTuber fighters or everyone and their uncle getting into it. It's going to saturate and it's going to lower the bar of the level of boxing. And you know, and the way the state of hip hop is today, I don't really want the state of boxing to go is how hip hop is today. So I personally think, even though I'm not knocking them at all, I'm excellent what they're doing. It's great for the sport to bring in different people. If you have a lot of YouTubers who's not great boxers, not and studied in the sport over the years, just inserting themselves into boxing, the standard of boxing is going to be low. You're still going to get your great boxers, but the market's going to be saturated so much, and that means the level and ability is going to come down. And that's what I don't want to have in boxing. So I still think there should be significant difference between you have your YouTube boxers and your boxers. I think there's enough space for everybody, and maybe it can work in hip hop, but in boxing, which is a serious sport where people can get hurt, you know, I don't think we should get to that level. So and that's the reason why I think we should leave it on the YouTube side boxers and leave it on the boxing side boxers, and everyone can live happy. Anyway, my time.